wrong a little bit there for AI was they just didn't seem to have enough initiation. You had Aurora, who more often than not was kind of just getting burst down and focused down, and there's really not much else for a Geb to do. Geb, while you can have a great he can be such a great survivability factor, but when you have a Nemesis and a ton of follow-up coming through from Allegiance, it kind of just negates the whole mindset behind a Geb. I want to see a little bit more aggression and initiation factors coming through from AI in this draft.
And with that in mind, I like the two bans. The Nemesis kind of shut them down. We saw what happened with the Geb. And then the Isis, if the Nemesis isn't going to be there, Isis is another fantastic team fight-oriented character that Allegiance can grab, and also one of the other gods that Yankee does very well on. So you take that one away, make him play the Agni, and then look to punish the Agni. Might be what AI is thinking here.
Plus, Yankee and Allegiance as a whole have really been loving the Isis for the objective secure. It's evident that that's what they're going to be looking for, is those early objectives. So if AI can shut down that possibility, then I think they'll have a much better time farming things out and looking for the later on team fights.
The Bologna and the Fafnir still. Same draft from ALG, looking for those objectives most likely. Carninos will be the change, and we'll see that in the hands of Oceans most likely, paired up with the Terra for Neil Ma, and the Hunt Bats will be the team fight character.
That's going to be,
on the other side. Carninos will be the selection. Terra will be Aurora or Divios, and then Hunt Bats will definitely be in the jungle.
And it's going to be weekend looking for the Susano, so this time a little bit of a swap, but that first 3 picks from Allegiance, those are some pretty scary picks going through already.
Yeah, it's a scary look if you're Team AI. They've got a lot to fight into, but there is that ambiguity with the Terra. I do like that. It's either going to be support or solo lane, and I know Divios likes this, and I know Neil Ma likes this, so there's no, well, one player likes it better. True ambiguity.
I think in this instance, I would prefer for the Terra to be in the support role, simply because I don't think that a Terra is going to provide enough lane pressure to deal properly with the Bologna.
I agree.
And if Cyclone Spin gets to run rampant in that solo lane, it'll mean Chapo probably trying to hang around a little bit too long in the solo lane yet again, and not really being able to capitalize on other parts of the map.
The best is going to replay his Scylla. That should work out well. Ideally.
I think his Scylla was fine last game. It's just there wasn't really any opportunities for him to try and get his damage off. Most of the setup potential that he had was like off of himself.
We have a solo Robin. Like that one. Or maybe a support Robin. I'm thinking it's a solo Robin, though. Real talk. Ho-Yi, the hunter of choice. I think Robin is the better matchup against
We did see a support Robin already. It didn't work out, but we did see the support Robin from Aurora, actually.
I actually have no beef with support Robin. I think support Robin offers a lot. Damage reduction, root, control, slow. Support Robin is fine in my book. It's more about the solo lane matchup here. Like you mentioned, Terra versus Bologna, a little bit weak. Team Allegiance took game number 1. AI trying to bite back here in game number 2. Terra will wind up in the hands of Aurora, and Divios will be playing that short lane Robin.
And I still think it's also interesting seeing the Robin make his way back towards the solo lane. He's been favored more so in that jungle kind of role, thanks to the EU guys. So they kind of started making that a little bit of a popularity contest over there. But I think that when it comes to just pure aggression in the solo lane, Divios is going to be able to do what he wants to do, which is just box.
Yeah, I mean, with the rise of jungle Robin, it was more about, hey, we can play this god in the jungle, and less about this god can't be played in the solo lane. There's no reason why you can't bring him back in the solo. So we just back to basics for Divios here. This was one of Divios' standout characters as well in the past. This time, going the more traditional teleport, wants to have that rotation ability available to him at any point in time.
And we're actually also going to be seeing Aurora with his Bracer starting out on the Terra. And I think that that is a very interesting start, considering that she already has a little bit of sustainability in her kit. Yeah. So combining that with the Bracer, I think he was concerned about getting all in off cooldown again.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Bracer has an offensive and defensive component. The offensive, the cooldown reduction, and the defensive, really just the life-saving tool of the health back. Oh, Neil Ma already taking a lot of damage. Frenzy's going to be popped in the other direction, though, as Aurora gets stunned out. He's in trouble. Causes the dash. Nice early boxing coming out from the dual lanes.
Zeno catching that ricochet, though, from Oceans, I think, was the main deterrence there in that dual lane. Had that connected for a triple bounce, I think that Allegiance would have probably looked to turn that.
We can enjoy the 2v1. Here's trouble on the side of Divios. Pulled back in, pushed down to the ground. Cyclone Spin, first blood for Allegiance.
Fun with Susano. That was an excellent gank by Weekend. Just wrapping around the backside, kind of just catching Chapo and Divios off guard. And unfortunately for Divios, that just means a first blood the way of Cyclone.
Yeah, I mean, yes, Susano used the pull to get that kill, but that's a kill that's regardless of the character. That's using the element of surprise. No idea that the jungle was on that side of the map. That was fantastic.
I really don't think that Best was expecting him to go that way, so it probably wasn't even really an issue of miscommunication. It was just Weekend recognizing, hey, early game time, they're probably not going to have too many wards in this spot.
Just easily collapsed on us Divios over there, and taking a look back at this duo lane. I'm talking about that Terra Bracer. It's really just to prevent the all-in. Aurora really got dogpiled in game number 1, and getting the cooldowns back, sure. That's more of an assassin or a warrior type feel. This is just when Aurora gets smoked, he's able to get his health back. Without the Geb, you don't need the blink. Personally, I think I'd like to see a more team-oriented relic, but at the end of the day, you can't do anything for your team if you're dead.
Like a shell. I would like to see a shell being the secondary relic onto Aurora, or even onto Divios. It depends. Divios will probably offer that bracer later on, is what I'd imagine, but I do like this draft a little bit more from AI.
Ooh, nice jump into the root. Best is going to get in trouble as he gets stunned out himself, but Chapo jumped over. I liked that. That was fun.
That wave damage onto the Best was... Minions are OP.
Yeah.
Every single time. Like, it never fails to amaze me just how much damage those creeps can actually swing for.
I mean, that was sort of a side note. Remember when every single solo laner was building Mark of the Vanguard?
Exactly.
Part of that was because of minion damage. When you're going to fight into the wave, reducing those minions by 5, that's a big deal. So that's kind of why we saw that item picked up. Minions do a lot of work, especially early game. Nice proxy farming coming out from Cyclone Spin, but he might get punished for it. Ultimate already used. There's the monkey, and fear no evil, but I can certainly see it. Cyclone Spin still alive. Make that. Nope. Divios, credit for the kill. Big assist from El Chapo.
With the return kill onto Divios, that's going to be a decent swing for him, because now he's going to be open to just farming out the solo lane side without any sort of contest or pressure. And on top of that, it just means that AI get a free pickup of their buffs and the elementals.
That was a very...
aggressive.
Thank you. I could not think of a nice word to say, but Cyclone Spin just should not have been there. The communication was not given. Because
that's
no
confidence.
Yeah,
the overconfidence starting to bite you in the butt.
That's exactly what it was. It was just it was a very gaudy play. It was a very show-offy play. He did not have to go for that proxy farm, and he paid for it. And you know what? On the other side, it's also kind of testing the limits. If you do that and get away with it, let's see what else I can get away with. AI responded exactly the way it's supposed to. Punish it. Now Cyclone Spin knows his limits.
And what I love about that play as well, I hold that thought. We've got Oceans wrapping around the backside, trying to see if he can catch Xenotronics off guard. But as soon as that Mark of the Crow comes through, he's dashing away, and for good reason. That is an awkward position to be fighting in against the Hu Yi.
Yeah, you get triple, quadruple, 8 million bounce to just
octo-bounce.
Yeah, you get octo-bounced back to Pluto. Get out of here. Not anything I want to be a part of. Xenotronics want nothing to do with it. Right back to lane. Ooh, the Best
forced into his beads.
Yeah.
Right there. That a lot of aggression from Allegiance in that mid lane.
Just we can toss in the ult. Just going for it. There's the ultimate out of a solo laner. On top of Divios, looking for the kill with the Scourge. This time Divios responding back. Hammer out of the area as Divios gets out of dodge with the ultimate.
And Divios not having his immunity available to him was just forced into that ult. I'm kind of surprised, though, to not see him look for the turnaround. He could have potentially looked to try and drop him with his ultimate, avoiding the bludgeon damage still, but I like the safe play from him.
Ooh, not safe is El Chapo in a bad spot. Has to use the ultimate from Aurora to get out of there, and that's exactly what he'll do. Movement speed good. Aurora shows up for some extra support, finds some crowd control, and he'll walk away.
Solid awareness, though, by the rest of AI. They position themselves, but now it could be Aurora. He's in a little bit of danger, but that bracer came through pretty massive for him.
Yeah, he's dead without the bracer. Absolutely.
And that was a Thothel on top of it.
What was that noise?
Matt Yankee tried to drop the Thothel.
Oh.
He tried to dunk on Aurora's head with his Thoth ultimate, but it just didn't connect. Aurora was out of, I'm pretty sure he was out of range as well as being just like off to the side of it.
Mint Yankee, okay. I was waiting for some gold. I was wondering why he was just sitting AFK in base. I was like, really, dude? But he was waiting for some gold to finish up and buy some consumables. Yeah, the bracer, you know, coming absolutely in the clutch. Right there. Without a bracer, meditation doesn't save Aurora's life there. Not enough healing. Shell does not save Aurora's life there. Aegis does, but then you have an Aegis, right? The bracer, very important here. It's interesting. You and I were talking. The bracer is very powerful, but I don't feel like it's too much. I think that heal is rough, and I don't like seeing it on a support.
It's the all at once that makes it so valued by teams right now and by players in particular, especially the Warriors and the supports, just because when you're in those kind of awkward circumstances and people are trying to commit to you, as long as you're able to get that active off, you're guaranteed to buy yourself at least another second or two, which could be all the time that you need for your team to respond. What
we really want to see here is, ooh, wow, look at that. Best can't, and it's not a shot at Best saying he can't juke anything. Allegiance were just on the point. Man, you hit him with 2 out of the 3 shots, and then the hammer from Neil Ma. But I think what it comes down to is when you see the support buys the bracer, you have to punish them elsewhere. Punish them on their teammates where they don't have the tool. Because that was the old trick. You just kill the support because all of his tools were made to help out his teammates. Now that he has tools to help on himself, punish the teammates. You got to look for the work around and play into it. And I think that will be the trick there, is that players will realize, look, if we go all in on Aurora, he's just going to heal it back up. Let's go all in on somebody else so his bracer doesn't do anything.
I think that Xenotronics might actually be the next target of focus because he's probably the most vulnerable member of AI right now, not having a CC immune ultimate, and everybody else on AI actually has very solid mobility. But my main concern right now for AI is Allegiance are consistently poking out Best in this mid lane, and he's slowly but surely just starting to fall ever so slightly behind Met Yankee. But if they keep poking at his health and preventing him from farming safely in that mid lane, then eventually Allegiance are just going to look to pressure the Gold Fury the next time he backs. Yeah,
we're seeing that slow bleed. Look at this, 1,000 gold already up for ALG, and no real plays have happened. Right, we haven't seen a giant objective. We haven't seen a team fight. We saw a first blood off a neat gank, and then we saw a bite back. That's all it's been. It's just been the consistent poke and choke of the Best, sending him back to base repeatedly, and then all of a sudden, 1,300 gold. That's what they've slowly earned.
And Oceans with the cheeky ricochet onto Xenotronics, just letting him know that he knows he's there.
Because think about how much power and how much potency the mid laner has. The mid laner's gone. Oracles are free. Left side Harpies are free. You push out the mid laner again, maybe I can invade. Maybe I can even get back Harpies, right? We haven't seen the back Harpy invade, but that's what happens when you push out mid and dual lane. There's just no protection, let alone pressure. And so Allegiance have been able to strip this left side of the jungle by way of taking care of the Best.
And again, Oceans is opting for this Devourer's Gauntlet build onto the Hu Yi, which means that he's not really looking to play it super aggressive in that duel lane. He wants to just farm out the stacks. Yeah. Once he gets an Ickful online, then it's going to be incredibly difficult trying to handle this Hu Yi.
Allegiance like this extended laning phase here as Team AI gets very aggressive into Allegiance's jungle. Xeno looking to pressure the purple while his teammates wrap around from the right-hand side. ALG, however, 4 players strong. Cyclone still in the dual lane. And there's the Terra ultimate. That's all in.
They want to aggress. They really wanted to aggress there, but instead they're just going to take the buff and run away with it. And now Best actually taking on Met Yankee in a 1v1 there. Met Yankee forced into his ultimate, but it's the rest of AI who's under fire.
Chapel with a nice ultimate, going to send 3 players in different directions, but there's the Cyclone spin rotation. Beautiful cutoff. Bludgeon not going to land because of Xenotronics ult. Chapel very low, still going to get out. Aurora can't say the same for him. Oceans finds the ricochet, gets the kill.
And now it's Divios trying to make the rotation to come in huge for his team. Weekend looking to dive. Chapel need that T2, unable to find him. And Divios unable to find anybody on the front side.
Oh, here's the Best. He didn't use his ultimate in the exchange with the mid lane. Gonna be in trouble. Dashes away, playing it safe, understanding that he's still behind. Doesn't want to get pushed more behind and take the fight.
He needs to make sure that he's healthy enough to try and help his team contest this Gold Fury. Exactly. He can't really afford to back right now. Looking to just farm out that mid lane as quickly as possible to ensure that his team can remain safe around that Gold Fury pit. I think that was a significantly better trade-off than what AI were expecting. That looked horrible for AI.
Yeah, and I mean, how did they wiggle out of that? Was that Allegiance dropping the ball there, or?
That was just the Hunbat's ultimate just raining down and everybody dipping. That's exactly what they needed to do.
Hunbats, dude. Just that strong. Gold Fury controlled by AI at the moment. Aurora has to clap on it. There's the ultimate, and Divios gets credit. Team AI pick up the Gold Fury. It's going to be a big change and a big swing for this one. ALG looking to fight down, but Aurora, the best from behind the wall, finds the root. Nice job.
I think that Divios wants to maybe commit here. Neilma looking really low on that mana, and Cyclone's been already poked out so much that I don't think that he can get away. And Neilma is going to fall down to Xenotronics. Just a little bit too much greed from Allegiance, thinking that they could secure that purple buff and that everybody else from AI would have just backed.
I mean, look at Divios. He's full HP. He's half mana just about. He's ready to fight anybody.
Loving that new Robin skin, though. That's a sick skin.
I very rarely comment on skins. That's a dope
That's a
skin.
sick skin.
That skin is definitely a lot of fun. Oh, well, it's Fire Giant Jr. target here by Team AI. There's a little bit of disruption coming to them by way of Weaken. Is he going to be able to toss it out? There's the Cyclone. Tosses out the ultimate, looking for the last hit, and it goes to Allegiance. The two-man Steel Squad. Weaken and Cyclone met Yankee through the wall, and then Ocean's right through the portal. He was waiting at base, expecting his teammate to pick it up.
That's one of those 50-50 scenarios that you just don't want to take. You've got the Susanoo ultimate. It is such a great, if not an objective secure, it's mostly just to push everybody up and off of it.
And look at that. Xenotronics just going to push up for Team AI on the left side. Understanding, all right, we lost that one. We're going to win this one. 500 gold for the tower. If he gets it, he will. And so 13.5, Allegiance lead, 4-2 as far as the kills are concerned. And even after the Tier 1 tower on the left-hand side goes down, ALG still winning by way of gold, 1,400.
But what was looking like a win for AI after securing the Gold Fury and picking up the kill onto Neilma has now kind of just been reverted, considering that Allegiance were able to secure that Portal Demon. The goal not too significant, but the cleanup of Aurora afterwards and forcing everybody on AI yet again to back off, that's a win.
Yeah, I mean, so that's really unfortunate for AI, because it was a 1,300 gold lead for Allegiance, and the Gold Fury tied the game. And then they lose it again after that fight.
And they're about to lose their 80 carry as well, which means it'll be probably that little trickle-down effect of Allegiance just looking to aggress into the mid lane.
Nice shot.
There's nowhere for him to go. Nowhere for him to go. Oh, yeah, no, Matt Yankee, that's a fun stunt.
That's a snapshot. That was fun to watch. That was one of those plays that, like, you once you play the game and you understand the, like, hot 180, that's what you see, and you tip your hat to that one. So, Matt Yankee coming through. No kills just yet, but 3 assists for the mid laner. Number 2 on the player damage chart, certainly earned his way through this game thus far. Very early on, however. Team AI looking a little more awake this time, though.
Would have liked to see Xenotronics back off a little bit sooner and just start backing as soon as the rest of the fight had kind of disapparated. It didn't look like Allegiance was looking to place any pressure on the mid lane, and with a lot of people missing off the map, I think that for most people, let's maybe not try and secure this T2 tower.
Yeah, I think that was, lack
of
map awareness. Yeah.
A little greedy.
I think he just didn't realize. I think it was just situational awareness kaput. Divios, too tanky for those 2 players. Glad Shield, that's it. Just Glad Shield in rank 2 of the Cape. There it is, the Spirit Robe. So, not really all that tanky, but still, just naturally too strong. A little bit of shield.
Even after dying, though, Xena acquiring all of that solo farm in the dual lanes, actually going to find himself with a decent lead over Oceans.
And that's just because of...
Oh, that's unfortunate. I think Neilma might have spotted that one out, too.
Yeah, they heard it. You can see, you could look just at the aggression that Allegiance are pushing up here. They heard the beats.
That's like one of the worst feelings in the world as well, because you know that you're gonna have to wait another 140-ish seconds before you can really try and play a little bit more forward, and Allegiance are probably just going to look to dive the best.
The beads cooldown seems longer when you press it on accident. It always does. You sit there and you fat finger it. Uh-oh, Divios might be in trouble here, but Aurora shows up.
That was a solid immune as well.
I mean, like I said, Divios was one of the first players to bring this character out. Still playing at half HP, however. Those are a lot of Allegiance jerseys. Cyclone's been 3 levels. Divios is senior. Trouble for him over there in the solo lane. Allegiance looking to claim this mid tower. Likely to be theirs. Already below half HP and just being trucked. Oh, not this time. Roar shows up from the right side and sends Neilma packing.
That's that CC chain is pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Like, Aurora was just standing still for a solid couple of seconds, and I do think that AI are going to have to be incredibly careful with their positioning as far as looking to initiate. This squad, this draft, is significantly better at initiating, but if they get caught out for even a split second, that is more than enough time for ALG to just lock them down with CC.
Chapo needs to be holding hands with everybody. I don't know where he's been, but we haven't really seen a lot of Chapo. When Chapo made that ultimate happen, it saved AI. That was the greatest thing that happened to them in both games. Chapo needs to make more of that happen.
He's been playing really passive,
which is very strange.
I think that's just combining things alongside of playing with the best and maybe trying to form his playstyle a little bit more geared towards his new mid laner. And I'm not opposed to that ultimate by the best, although his purification beads are going to be coming up in like 30 seconds, so he won't have the CC immunity from his ult. But now that that's been expended,
Gold Fury. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna leash it.
They are still concerned. There is still the Humbats for contest. The ultimate for the Humbats is more than enough to deter Allegiance, at least until they need to poke somebody out or get a clean pick before they can look to try and secure that Gold Fury.
Right. AI lose steal potential, but they still have disrupt potential, which is just as important at this point in the game, in all honesty. Sure, AI would love to steal the Gold Fury away, but as long as Allegiance don't get it, that's all they're really looking for at this moment in time. So they just gotta be wary of what they use and what they don't.
Plus, they just have to buy as much time as possible to really wait for Xenotronics to hit that stride on the Kern where he can actually chunk away at Cyclone Spin's health. Because Cyclone Spin, I think, has just really been in everybody's face from AI.
Yeah.
And unless there's 5 members surrounding him, he's incredibly hard to take out.
Neilma just running at the guys from AI while the rest of his team fixes up the Gold Fury. Aurora comes up on the left side, as does Xeno, and that's going to cause the leash one more time. Aurora gets stunned out. Gold Fury still half HP. Leashed again by Allegiance, and that be that.
They don't want to risk this too soon, but it's going to be Weekend looking to take up that aggression on the backside as Cyclone ults down onto Xenotronics, forced into his beads, and the Terra ultimate is good. But Allegiance, I think they're going to look to commit to this, and Neilma's already gone up into Dragon form.
Leashed again, now looking for the team fight. Chapo jumps away, and he still used the ultimate earlier on, so not available this time. Aurora chasing out, being chased out. And Chapo likely to fall here, stuck in between the Gold Fury and the wall. Wrapping around his Weekend, read him, knew where he was going, and brings him down. Xeno and the best could be next if Allegiance keep the chase on. There's the Aegis, but Weekend right there, one smack. And he's looking for Aurora next.
And Aurora is going to be able to get out, but the same might not be said for Xenotronics, as Met Yankee barely able to get out, but it's going to be Weekend. He's going to catch him on the back.
Oh, there's the Aegis. One more smack and it does it. Weekend gets the flank kill, 5-0-3. Weekend did it.
And now Cyclone and Met Yankee, Divios, there's no way he's getting into that Gold Fury.
No, he's gone. Yeah, that's we'll see you later. Too much time. Allegiance, their offensive zoning plays are so successful. Well, we can get a little overconfident here. Chase down. And, well, Weekend didn't do it that time. Divios gets credit for the kill on the Weekend. That will always be his Achilles heel, the speed buff.
The speed buff? I mean, I think that's every jungler's Achilles heel. There's, anytime you see a speed buff, you kind of just have to go for it if you're jungling.
Listen, I'm going to compare Weekend to adapting real quick. Just with their love for speed buff. That's it. That's the only thing we have in
Just with their love for speed buff?
That's
all right.
it.
Understandable, but... I think that where that fight really broke down for AI was Chapo just expended the ultimate a little bit too soon, and Allegiance was just too healthy, and they just fell back, waited for it to end, and then all in onto Xeno and Best, poked all these guys out, and there was nowhere left for Chapo to go.
This is a rough call. Portal Demon here. I don't know if it's going to be able to happen. Jumping away is Oceans. Team AI looking for the kills. There's the Monkey ultimate. Cyclone's been able to jump away. Slow is good, right on top. There's Divios as well. 5-man takedown, Cyclone spin. 4th kill for AI.
And that is basically what AI need to do every single time. They need to just separate allegiance from each other, because if their squad is grouped, Fafnir and Bologna are just too much to deal with.
I like this play a lot more now that Cyclone's dead, but still got to be careful. ALG are here. The Cyclone is going to toss out on the right-hand side. Portal Demon goes down. He gets stolen again by ALG. That was not a nice play by AI.
They just released it too soon, but now the follow-up could be what they're looking for. Oceans is going to go down to Xenotronics. Excellent lockdown of the Hunter player, at least buying them a little bit of time and ensuring that Allegiance can't look for that Fire Giant.
How crazy is it to ask for AI to go for a Fire Giant? Like immediately
Cyclone Spin is going to be spawning, and he has the Portal Demon to run through.
Could they have killed the Fire Giant in 10 seconds?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that they could have killed it. Maybe if they had the Fafnir instead.
No, they couldn't kill it. 15 stacks of that Doom Orb. If that was a fully stacked Doom Orb,
I think
that's 15 or 35?
35 stacks. Okay. But I still think that it's a little bit too risky of a play. I think they'd be 50-50ing it, and on top of that, they'd have to worry about Cyclone killing everybody.
Yeah, as I take a closer look at the builds, I eat my words. The Chin side doesn't exactly help out versus the objectives. Yeah, Team AI are meant to team fight more than objectives to cure. Over the back end comes Cyclone Spin. 2 players in AI jerseys low underneath the tower. Matt Yankee takes down one of them with a long-range shot.
And that is just so unfortunate for AI. They needed to back out a little bit sooner, because now the follow-up onto Allegiance is strong, but Cyclone Spin, he's getting aggressed onto by the best in Aurora. He's just so damn tanky.
He's level 19 at 23 minutes. Nobody on Team AI even close to that. The closest is 17 on the dead Hunter, and Divios is being controlled right now by Neil Ma. Met Yankee dashing away, has to find some safety. Ocean's here as well. Divios leading the charge, but it's going to be a retreat for Team AI.
If Xenotronics hadn't died there, I think that's a win in the direction of AI. I think they would have been able to lock down Met Yankee and Cyclone. Best is actually chunking away at their health bars. Once he finishes off his pen item, I think that they're going to have a lot more contest in these engagements.
Well, right now, AI going to push up the tower with that teleport. They should get out of here. They should get out of here. And they will. And what were you saying about the minions before?
Minions. I mean, they just lost 2-1 tower. I mean, sure, it's only 500 gold, though. It's only 500 gold, but it's opening up the map. That's the part that sucks about losing your mid lane tower.
At this point, so that's the point we always make, is that losing that mid lane tower is very troublesome, because you don't have that safe, that Oxen free point from the Gold Fury. 24 minutes, you're not making it back to your tower anyway. You're getting killed in the ensuing team fight. So losing the tower then, sure, but I mean, losing the tower to minions, nobody wants it, because that's free, that's giving it away.
But these fights are about to start meaning a lot more, because like you just stated, it is 24.5 minutes and counting, and that means that the death respawn timers are starting to get up there. It's a significant amount now, to where any pick could determine the outcome of not just the team fight, but the game, if there's a massive objective surrounding it.
Which bodes well, actually, for AI. I mean, that right now they're down about 5,000 gold, but having those this is one of those situations where we talk about Scylla running, just turning around, running the team fight. Chapo gets a good ult. Scylla gets a good ult right here. This could be it. There's Ben Yankee going down. Aurora gets credit, but it's all the jungle in mid lane. Neil Ma down to 75%. Chased out up the mid lane. We can use his ultimate as well. That's the sort of win AI need. Where are they going? Is it Gold Fury? It's Gold Fury.
They want the Gold Fury, and this is the right call. I like this call more than looking for the Fire Giant. Fire Giant, a little bit too much. Gold Fury, they can burn in time, and they are able to secure it, and now they're looking to turn it onto Neil Ma.
This lead now cut down to 2,000 gold. Certainly, AI can fight into it. Neil Ma gonna get stuck. He's out of the dragon. He's out of the team fight. Xenotronics puts him down. Trouble for Cyclone Spin. Bracer gives him a free life, but he's still dead again. 4 kills to Xenotronics.
I want to see the instant back and then the immediate rush down of the Fire Giant. I'm not sure if that's going to be AI's plan, but with Cyclone Spin and Neil Ma down for a significant amount of time, this does give them that little entryway if they want to look for the Fire Giant.
Weekend looking for the flank, however, coming around the backside, looking for the best, instead running into Divios, not who he wanted to see. Now again, turning his sights to the mage. Crush and put down. Weekend gets in trouble. Flip kick to avoid the Aegis. Couple more hits out of Divios will do it, Taco. The ultimate is strong. Oh, but the dash away from Weekend. One better. He gets away safely. Divios gonna get intercepted. Flip kick is good, but Oceans finds the kill.
Bit off more than he could chew. AI are able to secure the T2 tower, however, and I can't disagree with that decision because it does even up that gold lead. It's obvious that they were valuing the gold over the actual Fire Giant buff just because they wanted the safer play. They wanted to build up their items, and for good reason. Just that damage from Best was insane.
And like I said, it's the team composition. They were down 7,000 gold, but one single team fight. Chapo nails a perfect ult. The Best ults off of that, right off of the Fear No Evil into the wall, and the rest ties the game. 10-8, 27 minutes in. Team AI right back into it. Love the way that this team has come back. ALG will take the Portal Demon, but that's... AI is not concerned.
AI not looking to place themselves out of position, just willing to let that one fall away because they can just kind of stalemate this one out until that Portal Demon is over.
Yeah, they're basically just gonna hang out for 90 seconds. They're gonna make sure that Allegiance don't secure the Fire Giant, although that's what Allegiance want AI to think.
They want to poke away at it.
Allegiance, looking at their positioning here, they're more about the team fight, which I don't know. They should be, honestly, Taco. Look at the way AI just fought. I'd be scared if I was Allegiance.
Yeah, but Divios, without any concerns in the world, kind of just running at them, seeing what he can get away with.
That's Big D. Here's going to be the crush, and there's a little shot from Carnanos as well. Divios on the back line. Watch Weekend on the flank coming from the behind. The Best dashes forward. It's on cooldown now, so Weekend's going to have all the time in the world. But Chapo already takes down the Hunter. Best can't find it with the ultimate, but Divios finds it with the hands. Neoma out of the team fight underneath the tower. Trouble for Cyclone spin. He's down. Team AI take the lead as far as kills, and the Fire Giant's next. That's a lead.
Weekend's going to get the T2. He will be able to secure this T2, but the Fire Giant should go the way of AI. And with 5 members strong, this is exactly what they needed. Who cares about that T2?
Not a care in the world.
AI can go and secure the enemy T2, as well as just clearing up that solo lane, eliminating all the towers, and then looking to siege down onto a Phoenix. Plus, the Gold Fury will be respawning right around the time they're finishing up with that. I think they're going to be able to secure a Phoenix off of this as long as that Cyclone Spin remains out of battle.
This is the VOD that you tell, if you're a coach at home, this is the VOD you tell your team to watch when it comes to understanding your composition strengths. Scylla's not going to win the game in 15 minutes. She's just not. You got to wait for the opportunity. We talked about Chapo being passive. He was waiting for the right opportunity. 7,000 gold down. They find it. They tie it. Now, Team AI up 3,000 gold.
I also think that Chapo playing as passive as he has been just goes to show how well he's trying to make a difference to improve himself for his new squad. Because typically, I think we see Chapo kind of just looking to blink in, ult off cooldown, and potentially costing team fights because of unnecessary forced fights. And you never really want to force fights in an awkward position. Now that Best has that follow-up damage, and Best has excellent map awareness at that. He knew that Weekend was wrapping around that backside, immediately runs with his ultimate around the rock, makes the ultimate from Susano just completely useless.
When it comes down to it, I think that some people have painted El Chapo wrong. A lot of people paint Chapo just with this hyper aggression. His personality is just always on, needs to go in, right? At the end of the day, more so than Chapo is aggressive, Chapo is a winner. And when he was dominating the controller league, that's where aggression reigned supreme. You saw 50 versus 50 kills every game, so he had to be pedal to the metal. Now he switches over to this PC team, a different team than Noble, and it's a different strategy to win. Sure, he's aggressive, but more than aggressive, he wants to win. And if that means waiting 20 minutes, he's down to do that.
And now with the T2 tower secured, Gold Fury has spawned. So AI just going to fall back, pick up even more gold, look to finish off these builds. Right now, it's Divios kind of just waiting to finish things out. Xeno also needed a little bit of gold. Everybody needed just that little bit extra boost in gold to try and finish rounding off their builds.
How do you feel about Oceans going Poison Star?
He's
That's
just
an
looking to
item we don't
slow.
see a lot.
That's more of a utility item on
Exactly.
the Hunter role. He's really just looking. He's going to go for the triple crit route, which I don't disagree with on the Hu Yi especially. He's going to have a big enough power swing with the Mark of the Crow on whoever he's trying to burst down, and it's probably going to be trying to just secure Best, because I think if they take out Best, these team fights are going to become incredibly difficult for AI because Kern doesn't have a whole lot of self-peel.
Yeah, I like the critical strike build coming out from Ocean. If you're going to build Devo gloves or Transcendence, I like crit because you already have a ton of power. Do something with it. If you're going straight into the Ichabod like we see across the way, I mean, sure, crit's still strong, but we see the Xenotronics build kind of split. You want the attack speed for the chins, etc. But either way, certainly making it count. The Kern knows number 4 on the player damage. And Team AI poised, looking for the mid lane Phoenix. Divios leading the charge, tanking the bird. There's the counter initiation coming out from ALG. The suns come down. The Best does damage. Fear no evil. Fear no cyclone spin. Chapo puts a dozen on the board.
And now it's going to be Team AI looking to turn this one around. Xenotronics completely taking out Neil Ma. This is looking like a split.
This absolutely might be. I don't know if Team AI can get it on this push, but this has been a fantastic turnaround. A complete understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of the draft coming out from Team AI, playing extremely intelligently. Taco. That's my takeaway here. The kill in the fountain. All right, that's it. Titans going down. Team AI win game 2. Allegiance win game 1. It's a split.
And I mean,